Hi everybody, welcome to another exciting stream on Bowtie Gaming 14. Xeno X, Part 24. Let's go! Alright, so we're on the final leg of pre-chapter 13 content. I imagine within the hour we'll probably be starting it. And on to the blind content. Welcome on in. So yeah, as you can see from the pinned message, basically the 3rd year anniversary stream is going to be a St. Jude's charity stream on the 31st from 4 to 9 p.m. CST, playing some Zelda Breath of the Wild. It'll essentially be like what I'm referring to as an exploration run, where basically post Great Plateau we'll just see what I can do in 5 hours. Xeno X? What's that? I don't know about that. What the heck is that? Takes a look at 101 hours. Alright, so the first order of business is finishing up the last known side quest, which is finishing out the Battle Gauntlet. Probably. Yeah, there's definitely going to be some incentives to mess with it too, so we'll see what happens. Like, it's definitely not gonna, the focus is not going to be plot progression, it's going to be, let's see how much of the map I can fill out. Although there might be something to be like, you have to go to that specific divine beast right now. We'll see. Alright, so I saw this already. Are you ready for the semifinals? Say you were born ready. Very good, the Rothian Battle Gauntlet's coming to its grand climax. Who will inherit the title of Grand Champion, you or the old man's grandson? I'll be proud to bear witness. The semifinals are set to begin. Dig deep and tap into whatever stores of strength you have. Finally, I've been waiting forever! There's no need to waste any more time talking. This is hardly the first time we've done this after all. Now let's begin! And he's immediately got his clones out.
Put some power into this. Not bad. 0-0. Decoy round. We're in a good position.
Superior decoy round.
Works for me. I'll make sure to leave a dent.
Executioner hostile neutralized. Ready for close range combat.
Furious blast.
Shadow strike. Move in and keep the rhythm going.
Going on the offensive. I'll make sure to leave a dent.
Move in and do some
Brother,
damage.
true stream edge. Step in and drive them back. 0-0. Not decoy round.
Move in and keep the rhythm going.
Good job, team! From the moment I first saw you, I had a feeling you would make it this far. A vague hunch, but undeniable. At this point in the competition, there's no room for hesitation. Show us everything you have. Ask for time to prepare for the final round, say you're ready to end this.
Not bad.
Seems your opponent for the final match was my grandfather's rival. He won the Rothian Battle Gauntlet many times over. His prowess is the stuff of legends. I'd very much love the chance to test his strength, but I imagine you're better suited for this task. But don't lose human. For I have been be defeated, I wish to say I fell to the strongest warrior of all. Wonderful! Your last foe should be here presently. Cast any lingering doubts aside and show me a strength that surpasses all limitations. How you feeling? In top condition? Are your muscles taut and your soul ablaze? I suppose there are needless questions. A warrior of your grade is ever ready for battle. You live your life as a drawn sword. I know the lifestyle, having lived it myself along Jizang's old man, he of the 100 Hellions fame. I apologize for not introducing myself sooner. As you know, my name is Zo Ozuchi. But what you do not know is I'm the winner of 3 Rothian gauntlets and the only one to have lived through a fight with Jizang's grandfather. And today, I am your opponent in the final round. I did not dream I would find a fighter of your caliber in a foreign land, Temenos. Let's place our lives on the line and pit muscle, bone, sinew, and soul against one another. For that alone is the reason our kind draws breath. So this is basically a simulation if we can defeat his grandfather or not, and yep, level 90!
Close quarter. Offensive stance.
This is the reason this quest is level 90.
Try to push them back.
100 shells.
Shoot down. 0-0.
You coward!
0-0.
Spin and do some damage.
0-0.
Thank goodness for Burning Slash.
Thank you.
That is the first time I have beaten that with ground gear. Because again, I'm used to a version of this game where the level cap was 60, and meanwhile we're at, what, 77? Yeah. Usually what I end up doing is I just cheese it with the prog Ares. Because it works. I'd heard Zhang's stories, but by the heavens, you're simply amazing. I'd not fought such a heated match since I faced his grandfather. You've brought back a flood of memories, days of risking my life in the pursuit of pure strength. Pay homage to his abilities, tell him you only have begun to tap your potential. You're indeed a bottomless well of power. I congratulate you as the champion of the Rothian Battle Gauntlet, Temenos. From this day forth, all will hail you as the strongest warrior in this land. And as for myself, well, it seems I have some training to do. I'll whip this rusty body back into shape and return to challenge you another day. Just to be sure to hold the title until the next tournament. I'll not have you losing before I can reclaim what is rightfully mine. Until then, be well, Temenos. You defeated him and won the Rothian Battle Gauntlet. Sweet. I mean, to be fair, he kind of does look like a Korok. I know part of the map completion is I'm not sure if they added things that are available post-Chapter 13 or not, so some of this stuff might not unlock until after then. So I might just wait to address it until after we've completed Chapter 13. Because, yeah, Primordia is done. Sylvalum, all we have left are presumably some side quests that have yet to unlock, plus defeating that really tough Zern. Which I could save for afterwards. Kaldros is 100% done. Oblivia's got that tough Tyrant. And then Noctilum has the Telethia. Which is why I have only ever 100% completed this game once, because I have only ever beaten the Telethia once. Yeah, I suppose what I could do is maybe, like, do one attempt with how the Prog Ares is right now against the 2 bosses I think I'd be more likely to kill at this point. But I might wait after, like, one attempt. It's still above, about 15 levels over us. Yeah, with this particular one, you pretty much have to fight this sucker, or like, Unless I can somehow lure it over there with ground gear, I'm pretty sure I have to fight this thing with a Skell because of where it's positioned.
Wear them down from a distance. Watch them I'll make sure to leave a dent.
Leave this to me.
Tackle them with gunfire.
I'll top them.
Superior decoy round. A true stream out for a buck.
Side slash.
Alright, now let's get some GP for the Prog Ares, so I'm more likely to initiate an overdrive.
Use melee attacks.
Hope I didn't get in the way.
If we can just topple them with gunfire. They're a big target. Just concentrate your fire. Victory is ours.
Alright, so we got max GP and pretty much about max TP, so... time to lure the sucker over there. At present, this is gonna be our best shot at this. Now it actually is. Of course, I do not want to be over a pit in case it downs us. First things first, let's grab this treasure. Ah, that can only be a good sound. Armored the Calamity.
Melee attacks next.
I mean, it definitely comparatively does more damage than what we were doing before.
I can still do this alone. Quadra flail. Avatar missile.
Come on.
Gatling.
Ho-ho! The Scale finally packs enough punch to kill that thing. And we didn't even have to rely on ground gear for that. Alright, now we're gonna have to get our GP level up so we can do overdrive again, and then we'll go tackle the other one I think we might be able to do.
Engaging. Lay down some fire for
Agni Gatling. Game on.
Well then, that was passable.
Use melee attacks.
primer. Picked out today's menu, Lynn? Not yet. Depends if
Alright, there we go.
you know.
Actually, before we go do that, I think I have enough tickets to make another thing to make this thing even more overpowered. So I'll go do that first. Okay, so I can at least get one more on the scale then. So it's actually worth using the tickets for this. Alright. Yep, so I can only get... Okay, never mind. It can be a maximum of 18, so I can put 6 more of these on here at some point. Now I gotta figure out which one to get rid of. Probably that one. Alright, so that's been boosted by another 100. Alright, our target, Luxar Zern. That sucker up there. It's like, oh no you don't, you stupid Sig.
That's impossible.
Melee attacks now. Game ends.
That one was guaranteed.
Agasura cannon!
We should weaken them just to be safe.
Need Gatling! You're a big target. Just concentrate your fire.
No! 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 My thoughts are no!
On me! Grant them no quarter! Vajra flare!
Barrier died!
Just tumble them with gunfire. Agni Gatling! We're in a good position. Move in! Vajra flail!
Oh, we got another extension, let's go. Oh, we got the cannon, go, go, go! Haha! What helped is the fact that all of them didn't die right away, so I had more time before it started targeting the Frog Ares. Another one dead. Kill the small fry while we're at it.
Agni Gatling! position. Move in.
We. Yeah, and I know there's also a really tough one that's in there, but that one, unlike the Telethia, you don't have to kill that for map completion purposes. Alright, so yeah, basically Sylvalum, we're just waiting on quests, and then Noctilum, it's just the Telethia. It's just nuts how much more powerful your skill is when it's up 1200 attack. At least on the attacks that matter, which are the ranged attacks. Plus just increasing the opening damage attack by 24%. Jeez Louise. It's still not the most powerful it could be. And we're also not at max level. So yeah, this is the second toughest enemy in this game, but unlike the Telethia, you don't have to kill this for map completion purposes. Farsis the Everqueen.
Melee attacks next.
Okay, so unlike the Telethia, we actually did damage to it at least.
Hey.
Nope, bail immediately. Bail. Run away! Alright, so then the other enemy I could potentially go tackle involves a basic quest. Easily the most difficult basic quest in this game. It involves fighting a level 94 tyrant while the volcano's erupting. Which means getting this thing to spawn in is kind of luck-based. See if I can get it to spawn in for like 5 minutes, otherwise we'll move on to chapter 13. Yeah, and of course at the same time a level 80-something tyrant spawns in right next to it, but you gotta kill that one, not the other one. I did kill the other one already, but then by the time I killed it, the magma stopped, so then that one despawned. So I was like, ah, darn it. And then there's getting that Book of Death and Rebirth to show up. Oh, jeez. Hanging out by the volcano! Haha, let's go! I just realized I have to get my GP up. Crap. Well, hopefully it doesn't despawn before that happens.
Use melee attacks. Atomic hit.
Slide nice. Move in and do some damage. Fire carnival.
Furious blast. See how I stack up the hits? Move it for the kill.
Trash chuck. Sliding.
So yeah, that's the weaker of the two of them, to put that in perspective.
Move in and keep the rhythm going. Electric shell.
Let's buff up and regroup. Superior wild. I'm on a roll. Open fire.
Primer.
Wild smash.
That could have done it. Move in and keep the rhythm going.
Sounds like I've taken out all its entire health and only finally got the max bar. Okay, we got 3,000. Let's do this.
Guaranteed.
There it is, level 94. Vortis, the Daphic Blast.
They're on guard.
Here we go! Xeno X! Xeno X! And we only did that much damage to it. Yikes! Overdrive, darn it, overdrive! Come on.
This is wearing me down.
Go! Haha, we got another cannon!
Pull up.
We're in a good position. Move in. Akasura cannon. Need Gatling. Vajra flail. We're in a good position. Move in. Avatara missile.
Not out.
Need Gatling.
Oh, we got another cannon! We got another cannon! Holy shoot, 3 cannons!
Akasura cannon. You're a big target. Just concentrate.
And we're probably gonna need 5 cannons, but we got 3 cannons out of it. Of course, I gotta be careful now because overdrive's over.
Don't do this alone.
It's probably gonna be the end of the run. It
Not going to make it.
was nice while it lasted.
This is more than my skill can take.
Let's see if I can leave this kill before I die. Alright, cool. Do.
Walker.
Let's see if I can make this work with ground gear. We'll find out. First, I gotta climb the darn mountain. Of course, I gotta use Ghost Walker every 2 to 3 seconds, otherwise this is all for naught. Climb the mountain, do. Come down here, you coward, jeez. Ghost Walker for the love of everything. Still not high enough, darn it. Fight me, you coward! Ghost Walker. Oh, shoot. Well, on to chapter 13. Like, why do you have to be out of range, you turd? Alright, on to chapter 13. He's like, yeah, you did not see anything. Chapter 13, Act 1. Cause and Effect. Oh, shoot. I say, whatever that guy's name is from Subspace Emissary, he's at it again. Gosh darn it.
Disappeared? What do you mean?
We got reports of an unexplained phenomenon. Dematerialization events all across Mira.
What do we know about it?
Whatever it is, it happened in several places at the exact same moment. It created expanding spheres that swallow anything they touch. Any matter caught in the radius, gone without a trace. Not even in the EM spectrum. Gone like cow piss in a rainstorm.
That doesn't sound like a natural occurrence.
Okay, that was a good one.
The effects are localized and the expansion has been limited. But if this keeps up, it's only a matter of time until it reaches NLA as well.
You're saying NLA is in danger?
That's horrifying!
Yeah, exactly.
Prepare to evacuate at once!
And go where exactly? This is happening everywhere. Not like anywhere else is safer.
If it swallows everything, then no point putting up defenses, I guess.
It would be like spitting a hurricane in the eye.
First off, we'll need to gather concrete data. Let's find a place we can observe the phenomenon.
Good plan. Be extremely careful. There's no way to predict what might happen.
Sure. Though in all honesty, that's been pretty much par for the course since we set foot upon this planet.
You said it.
And this is precisely what we admire about humans. This attitude of all's well that ends with a bang.
I'd rather avoid any more bangs.
HP's like,
The
hi,
Life
I'm
Report
here.
investigation pales in importance
Okay, to be
us.
fair, at least he's smiling.
Both are crucial matters, of course. But even if analysis of the life hole determines we're in no immediate danger, that won't mean much if all of Mira dematerializes from under our feet.
Let's keep this under wraps. Better that the troops stick to the investigation.
Yes, seems wise. No use causing widespread panic.
Elma?
I've got a hunch, Lynn. Everything that's going on, it can't just be coincidence. I can't shake the feeling. It's all connected.
Chapter 13, Act 1. You are to look into the dematerialization events happening across Mira. Follow Elma's lead and head where the effect can be clearly observed. Off to Oblivia. And of course, finally, a story chapter where we can actually bring the Prague Aries with us.
Is that it?
It's just dark, inky black blackness.
Not even light can escape from within. This is no ordinary phenomenon. This is beyond understanding. It's a nightmare.
If it was anything at all like a black hole, we should be getting anomalous mass readings. But there's nothing.
No point guessing. Let's prioritize getting any blades here to safety.
Black like tar, it's all connected.
Elma, look!
Yep, and there's the other alien force.
What? Ghosts.
But how? Why here?
Where'd they disappear?
Yeah, Tatsu, you really better run. That thing could decimate people. Ghost Acolyte.
Use melee attacks.
Close quarters. Superior decoy round.
Tornado blade.
Can't think. I'm assuming we're not going to be able to do damage to it.
Shoot down on the repair. Furious blast.
I won't miss this
The
chance.
ghost barrier is blocking your attacks. It must be powered by one of its appendages.
Wild smash.
Side slash. That put a dent in him.
I'll make sure to leave a dent.
Shadow strike.
Superior decoy round.
Cruise. We're in a good position.
Now it's
Move
my
in.
turn.
Furious blast. Shoot down while they're repairing.
Yep, we found it.
The hits.
0-0.
Grenade.
It's time.
That put a dent in him.
Tornado blade.
Keep the rhythm going.
Watch me lay into it.
Superior decoy round.
Offensive stand. Don't give them a chance to rest. I'm going on the offensive.
Furious blast. Shoot down.
Ghost Walker. I won't miss this chance.
Melee attacks.
Put some power into this one. Cruise. Dream it.
Decoy round.
Blade.
Die, you stupid ghost.
Furious blast. Over here.
Oh, here comes another one. Oh, 3 of them. Yippee. Wave 2.
Melee attack.
Close quarters. For me.
I think there's one.
Superior decoy round.
Got it.
Stack up the hits. Furious blast.
Put some power.
Move in and keep the rhythm going.
We're surrounded.
Uh-oh. There's so many of them.
Well, we're dead. Whoa!
That scale.
Yep, they turned up.
An Ares.
Haha, look who it is!
No way. How's this possible? Elma, the scale chasing that Ares just now?
The Vita.
Right. That's what I thought as well.
Insist on going after them, advise reporting back in.
You're right. This phenomenon, ghosts, the Vita, and that Ares. We're just one squad. We can't deal with all of that ourselves.
Alright, back to Blade HQ. Fandom, it's bad! Like, it's really, really bad.
An Ares?
I couldn't confirm who was piloting it, but that was an Ares, all right. The Prime, no less.
Lynn, give me your take.
Yes, sir. Judging by the speed, the maneuverability, it's hard to imagine what else it could be. I think we know the pilot.
So what? Are you telling me he's still alive?
Ask who he might be referring to, ensure the pilot's skills were excellent. Wow!
Alois Bernhold. If he was flying it, well, no wonder. If I'm gold, he's diamond.
On that note, I've got some news for you too. But you're not gonna like it.
Let's hear it.
The Vita you all saw. Unfortunately, it's the real deal.
Wasn't it locked up in the Lifehold core?
I looked into it. It should have been safe inside, but there wasn't so much as a fart. Either one of those phenomena's to blame, or God knows what. An Ares, the Vita, chunks of the world vanishing. I've had just about enough of this.
You forgot the ghosts, Commander.
Ghosts? These beings we know nothing about. Could someone please bring us up to velocity?
Sad to say, we don't know much ourselves. An alien civilization opposed to the ganglion. Yeah, that about covers it.
They were certainly opposed, but it felt like the ghosts were mopping the floor with them, and it wasn't even close.
They sent the Ganglion to pack?
Yep, it was pretty one-sided.
Ultimately, it was the battle between the ghosts and the Ganglion that cost us our world. We were the biggest losers in that.
It's not quite that simple. The ghosts are an omen, harbingers of doom. Back then, when we watched the Ganglion and ghosts clash with one another, think, what happened? That day, Earth was destroyed. What's more, that wasn't the first event of its kind. My home, the planet I was born on, it met with the same fate.
Your planet? It was destroyed?
Mira disappearing, the ghost's arrival, even the Ares. The dots all join up. It's connected.
Elma?
It's fine. The time has come for you all to hear the truth of how I lost my home twice over. The planet of my birth lay in a vastly distant corner of the universe and evolved differently from Earth. But like Earth, it was home to descendants of the ancient Samarians. We didn't wage war against other worlds. Ours was a peace-loving race. Till the Ganglion struck, without a whisper of warning. Their aim was nothing less than to completely eradicate Samar's legacy. And furthermore, to claim the Ares.
The Ares?
How's the Ares come into all this?
I don't know the whole story either. Only... the Ares wasn't something we created ourselves. It came from our forebears. The technology was theirs. All we did was recreate it based on records and relics left behind by ancient Samar.
But that means...
Right. The Ganglion are an artificial life form engineered by Samar. And the Ares is one of Samar's creations too. Which makes it easier to understand their motivations.
You think that's why the Vita was pursuing the Ares then?
However, we still have no inkling as to why the ghosts appeared.
I was just getting to that. As our fight against the Ganglion drew on, neither side seemed to be gaining any ground. Suddenly, dematerialization struck my homeworld. Then came a third side to the conflict, one hostile to both. Namely, the ghosts. The threat was new and unexpected and indiscriminate, attacking us and Ganglion alike. The fighting grew muddled, and my world, already brought to the brink by war, was now also losing landmass to the DMAT events. The fate of my planet was sealed. And so, the Ares and I were sent with a mission to Earth. If the Ganglion survived, they would target you next as our fellow descendants of Samar, the last remaining threat. As for me, I was to gift you Ares tech, spurring your science to hopefully level the playing field. But in the end, I couldn't save the Earth, nor the Ares or the hero.
Observe that despite the odds you're still alive, bemoan Mira's inevitable plight.
That's right. It may look grim, but we wouldn't even be here if it weren't for you.
Exactly.
Without you, Colonel, none of us would be here talking.
Thank you. Anyway, that's everything I have to share about me and the Ares. The Ares and the ghosts, they're indirectly linked through the ganglia. And whenever ghosts appear, planets die.
You're saying that the Ares is the reason. It's the cause of all this? So we're gonna lose Mira just like Earth? Like your world?
Yes, most likely.
So we know what we gotta do. Right? We gotta get out there and find that Ares. Bada boom!
But wait. Why didn't the pilot just get in contact with us? What's the point of hiding who they are?
Commander Vanden,
What is it?
we detected scales in active combat. 2 units.
They finally come up on Frontier Nav, huh? This energy's unreal. Ain't your grandpappy skills.
You don't think...
Top order prediction would be an Ares in the Vita.
That saves us some legwork.
Quite. Let's move out.
You might be facing the Vita. I want you all out there.
Yes, sir.
No need to pussyfoot around, but stay frosty, Alma.
Roger. Right now, the way forward is clear. We don't know what's out there, but solving that mystery is the only hope we have.
And now we finally know Elma's backstory. I'm like, wow, that's way more tragic than I thought it was gonna be. Jeez Louise. Poor Elma, my gosh. Time to go track down some skills. Time down to track down an Ares with another Ares.
That's the Vita, all right.
But who's piloting it?
What the heck was that?
Search me.
Give me some serious heebie-jeebies.
Those were the cores. Get ready.
Alright, round 2 against the Vita.
Use melee attacks.
I think you can take this Ares on. Haha!
Colonel! Ghosts! Watch out!
When it rains, it pours.
They're going after the Vita.
Well, the pilot's still alive.
Damn. They're wising up. Never thought they'd get the jump on me. My bad. It got the cores.
Are you really Al?
You're still alive? You dog! Where the hell have you been all this time?
Gang's all here. Plus a few new faces. Neat little sci-fi club.
Huh? What does big man mean? He's saying he's happy to meet you all.
Wonderful. Spoken like a true mensch.
Sorry I worried you, princess. Let it all out. We earned a big tearful reunion.
We need to know. Why did the Vita take the cores?
Oh, what? We gonna be all business?
Don't change the subject. Tell us everything.
Fine then. I'll spill. But first, I want to know about you guys. Bet you've got stories to tell too. As for the Ares, can you get it examined?
We can. Let's pause for now. We'll pick it up later. We're putting ourselves at risk by staying here. I'll arrange transport for you and the Ares.
Talk about the cold shoulder.
That's the hero? Alois Bernhold? Him?
You've never met him before?
He'd already been promoted by the time we joined the Colonel's team. So yeah, we weren't introduced. His star had risen too quickly.
He's nothing like they made him look on the government broadcasts. He's just like a normal guy.
Oh, it's him all right. In the flesh.
Hey. This hero stuff, you mean me?
You know it. The great selfless hero who bought humanity a future at the price of his own life. Alois Bernhold. That's you, pal.
Seriously? That's not how I was hoping it'd go.
When it gets out that the hero survived, they'll be dancing in the streets of NLA. People will go nuts.
NLA?
The White Whale's habitat. That's what we're calling it now.
Right. So it made it after all.
Thanks to a certain hero.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Ah, shucks, cut it out. Lynn, I'm really happy you made it.
Yeah.
Wow, though. You guys have been living it up. Hey, how's it poppin'?
Say things could be worse, all things considered. Stare at him in unabashed envy. It could be worse.
You got a lot to learn.
Cut the rook some slack. No one's born knowing your shtick.
No stress. I'll teach you the proper response later. I'm Alois Bernhold. Call me Al. Pleasure.
Here they are.
Right. Let's see what the fuss is about this NLA.
Alright, back to the city.
Good work. We moved the Ares to the restricted hangar to have it checked out.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, a lot of new plot.
Since the ghosts decided to give the Vita some lovin', does that mean they consider the ganglion to be a bigger threat than us?
Ghosts don't have that kind of independence. They swarm whatever happens to be in front of them, like iron filings drawn to a magnet. You can think of them as a force of nature. The conclusion my world's scientists arrived at was this. Ghosts are in essence the universe's corrective system. End quote.
A system? I think I get it. Like animals' instincts. Nature's way of protecting itself. Is it that kind of thing?
And the sixth angel sounded, and I heard a voice. From the four horns of the golden altar which is before God, saying, to the sixth angel which had the trumpet, loose the four angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates, and the four angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour, and a day, and a month, and a year, for to slay the third part of men. Sound familiar? You might have heard it, in some shape or form.
Yeah, that's
some heavy stuff. And coming from you, it sounds all the heavier.
It's from an Earth text, passed down on your world since antiquity. When I first read it, it felt to me like a kind of forewarning, a moral teaching from which to learn.
And what, now you think it was a prophecy?
I think it's historical record.
Huh?
Well, suppose the people of the past knew of the existence of such a system.
You're saying ghosts are angels of the apocalypse? Get real.
Then God is real too?
It would align with the facts at hand.
Gods and angels. Before, I would have laughed you right out of town.
Well, either way, if the ghosts are chasing the ganglion, that's good news for us. If I learn anything
Emo
else,
Klaus
I'll
just
let
like,
you
ha
know.
ha ha ha
For now,
ha ha.
rest up.
Will do.
Al, you're going straight to medical.
I'm healthy as a horse, sir.
That's what worries me.
Come on, back me up here.
Stop moaning.
Return to the barracks and rest up.
Got it. I'll be right there. They want me to stop by the Ares. The technicians want to pick my brain.
If there's anything I can help you with, just give me a shout.
Thanks, Lynn.
Can't believe how much you got up and running. I know I was MIA for a good long while, but it's not like you've had years. Honestly, I'm impressed. It's growing on me, this NLA.
Good.
Mind letting go of that grudge already, Princess?
I don't know what you're talking about. What exactly is there for me to hold a grudge over?
Well, since I left you alone for all this time, figured you were sour about it.
Let's see. If only you'd stayed behind with me, I could have had it a whole lot easier than I did. Maybe it's obvious since you came to us from the Air Force, but your piloting skills were a cut above. Anyone could see your promotion would be just a matter of time. So when you left the team so soon after joining, I was happy for you. So if there was one thing I'm sour about, it's that I made you take the Ares. I'm angry at myself for that. When we were leaving Earth, I prioritized directing my team. So when you took the Ares and dove into the heart of the enemy swarm, I couldn't do much to stop you. A mistake. I depended on your skills too much. And so they crowned you a hero, made you the Ares' sole pilot, and you kept on protecting us. Until the day of the battle that ended with us crashing down on Mira and you. Gone. How I regretted it. Forcing the Ares on you. The way that I drove you into taking up the hero's mantle. So much guilt.
You didn't do that. I went charging off on my own. I was like a kid with a new toy, so I should have known better. Nah, I'm no hero. I was just terrified. Scared that I'd lose my place in the world, just like I lost my motherland when I was a kid. I needed the white whale intact. The Ares was just a means to that end.
A means, huh? You know, I'm the same as you then. I lost the planet where I was born, and came to Earth with the Ares, an unwilling companion. But I think that's giving the thing far too little credit. The Ares wasn't just a tool. This Skell was always leading the way, guiding us where we're needed.
Needed? Here?
Yes. I'm glad you came back. Truly.
Meanwhile, with Lynn and Temenos.
Honestly, I'd be so much happier if I was helping to fix up the Ares. But they told me to get out of their way. They were all like, you just stick to your blade duties. How rude is that? Like, dude, I was even on the original Ares maintenance team.
Ask if she knew Al, protest that she's the best mechanic in the universe.
Yeah. The first time we met, It would have been about when I first got assigned to Elma's team. You've seen what he's like. The others never really got his humor. So he was often all alone, like it or not. But I liked him. He was always kind to me. Maybe it's because he had a younger sister about the same age. They got separated trying to flee their country. Seems it got pretty rough there. He hadn't seen her since then. Al always said that people need a place to belong. Not like a location or some specific address or whatever. It's more somewhere you'd keep coming back to. Somewhere people liked and trusted you. He used to talk about it a lot. I think the place his sister and family were, that's where he felt needed. But then it was taken from him. After that, he decided all of Earth needed him and took to the stars. The belief his family was alive and well somewhere down there, that's what made him decide Earth was worth giving anything to protect. After we lost Earth, the White Whale became Al's home.
So you see, Lynn, that's what makes you part of my big, fat, happy family.
That's how he put it to me once. Hearing that, I'd never felt so happy in my whole life. Now, I can't do it anymore. I can't just blindly trust Al's kind words. Too much has happened. We've been through too much since then.
Tell her she needs to give herself time. Tell her to go with her gut.
You're right. I might have been getting a little too up in my own head there. It'll take time to sort this out. Thanks for letting me ramble. I appreciate it. I feel better at getting that off my chest.
Roger. It seems Al's done with his checkup now. Time to move.
Back to the tower! The Tower of Fun!
Boy, oh boy. Really put me through the ringer.
Yeah, well, if you weren't organic, it would have been a lot easier for us, too.
Ask if he meant organic isn't in the human body. Point out MIMs aren't technically biological.
Bingo. Al's no Mim, just good old blood and bones.
Oh gosh! Wait, what the frick?
You thought all crew members were supposed to be MIMs, didn't you? But you see, Al here might just be the chosen one.
The Ares Prime needs a warm body to run.
Guys, does this matter right now?
I mean, it was only 2 years, but yeah,
You're
basically
right.
he's the only one that
First,
aged that whole time.
It's good to have you back, Al. The hero returns, and with him, our hearts are all uplifted.
Do me a favor and nix the hero thing. It's weird being put on a pedestal. Anyway, can I get a recap? I've missed a lot of scuttlebutt. I'm like a lost time traveler here.
Certainly. Let me give you the bullet points.
Okay, wow. You guys sure had a rough time while I was away.
All right. Now I'd like to ask you some questions. Al, where were you up until now?
Let's watch the cutscene.
To explain that part, I'll need the results of my Skell's analysis. You'll never believe me unless I give you something to back it up.
What are you trying to say?
We've detected a giant energy surge in the vicinity of Sylvalum.
Oh, shoot!
A DMAT event?
No. It's not a pattern we've observed before, sir.
Just one thing after the next here. Put it on screen.
It's like the cow piss again. Not the cow piss. No! That's a huge thingy. Why is there a giant Dorito in the sky? Why does the Vita have a giant Dorito? Yikes!
My children will gather on this planet.
Well, I guess that's the great one, I guess.
What the? What is that ginormous thing?
How should I know?
Voice. Who's Void?
Void.
You know who that is, Elma?
A primordial entity. It was Void who created Ares Prime. And the Ganglion. Their Void spawn too. You could call him their progenitor.
Wait a sec. That's who Luxar meant? His great one?
Oh, shoot!
Then the old tales have come to pass. Even the Vita. Even the Great One's own vessel bested by these primates. It's absolutely sickening.
Yes, that's Void.
Then he was the one who handed my ass to me?
And that's why he stole the Vita, I would hazard a guess.
But why? Does he want to rally the ganglion and get right back to the killing?
Just so.
How the hell did he hear me?
What the frick?
I shall commence a contest in which survival is the prize. The best it will cease to be, as will this world. Indeed, I have borne witness to it innumerable times before. And I will be victor once more. I am he who brings worlds into concord.
What does he mean, Concord?
When he says he's seen this happen before. No. Then Elma's planet. And the Earth?
So this is all part of your grand plan, is it?
The best it must cease to be.
Way to throw down the gauntlet. How about you shut up and get out of my face? And give back Ares' soul!
Yeah, a little bit.
The bested cease to be.
I don't recall being bested. In fact, as long as I'm standing, I don't plan on being beaten.
You wish to prolong your struggle.
You bet. Better say your prayers.
It is good. Such is as life ought to be. A desperate effort to survive. Very well. We will meet at the world's end.
A fight for survival? Again? How much longer do we gotta keep fighting?
No. It's not so simple.
Huh?
Either way, whether we fight or not, this planet is on its way out. Just like my homeworld before it.
What survival means, then, is getting the hell off this rock. That'll be our fight.
We'll have to leave Mira?
Al, please tell me you know of a way for us to do that.
Yeah. The key to leaving is the cores.
The ones the Vita took off with.
Without the cores, humanity... no. All life on this planet is going to die. How are we doing with the Ares? If we're on schedule...
And suddenly the planet they got on is now going to explode in a month. Oh no, man, poor Mira, jeez.
From here on out, it's uncharted territory.
Like, oh yeah, but just
Put
like
your
in the
thinking
other
caps
version,
on.
it was a nice, happy existence.
for
We
the
were gonna
head.
live happily ever after on this planet. No, it's gonna explode in a month. Or even less. Suddenly went from yippee to oh shit in 5 seconds. Time to commence with the oh shitting. Yeah, at least we don't have a moon. That I'm aware of. And we still don't know where Lau and the hooded figure are. I know we'll get to it
The first
eventually,
major
probably,
thing we
but where is
discovered through
Lau?
analyzing the Ares is the following. The universe in which planet Mira exists,
Where is Matthew
though
Mercer?
it might be better to say dimension, is not the only one, as we have now detected several others outside of it. We're talking parallel dimensions.
This might be hard to wrap your heads around, but... after the battle that ended with the White
Yeah,
Whale
it
crashing,
checks.
me and the Ares were cast into a space between all those.
The navigational data from the Ares backs up the existence of the place he's talking about. What's more, our previous attempts to find the Lifehold core, and our studies of the floating landmass Volataris, which accompanied Void, have all led us to hypothesize such a possibility. The new data we got from the Ares has helped us tie this all together. It's led us to the truth of the matter.
When Void said that he brought worlds into Concord, this is what he was hinting at then?
Based on these findings, we have concluded that the universe that Earth belonged to, and the universe that we're in now with Mira, are in fact completely separate.
My gosh, we jumped universes?
We
Jeez.
now know that the past universe, at the point of Earth's
Well, then again, I
destruction,
feel like that checks with the whole Klaus
disappeared
situation in a
entirely
way.
along with it.
The whole universe?
Void's catchphrase, the bested cease to be, this is what he meant. But then, what does this fact tell us?
Let your eyelids droop. Point out humanity lives on. you could pull a Mario. That's funny.
A+. Yes, humanity still endures on Mira. So, We managed to escape the destruction of the Earth's universe and came to this one. We survived. Isn't that proof enough?
Which
That
almost
day,
makes me wonder if,
destruction
okay,
of
so
the
this
universe
means that
caused a
Klaus
massive
succeeded,
energy
apparently.
displacement. And that's what allowed us to escape to Mira? By luck bordering on the miraculous?
It's just back of the envelope logic based off of old records, but that sounds about right.
So then, if we could produce an amount of energy roughly equal in magnitude, then hypothetically, it just may be possible to escape from this universe as it disappears.
Okay, but is that kind of thing physically achievable? Oh.
That's right. That's where the Ares comes in. Rather, the cores that are the source of its power.
So that's why Void made a beeline straight for it.
Our battle had already begun. We just didn't know it. And hence, that slimy bastard threw the first punch.
Nagi, we'll need a strategy if we're gonna pull through. I mean yesterday.
Quite. I'll reach out to Maurice at once.
Thanks. And we won't be able to make it without help from all the other races. Everyone, your orders. Until we have a strategy in place, attend to your usual duties.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Al, seeing as you're unemployed, I'm conscripting you. Go lend your buddies a hand.
Sounds more like being press ganged.
Call it what you like. You gotta earn your keep.
Fine, you win.
You barely started looking into the DMAT issue when things went south. You hurried to draw up plans as a new war for survival brews. And Al has joined the party. Pilot of the Ares and hero who saved the White Whale, Al was declared MIA after the crash landing on Mira, but miraculously returned from the rift between worlds. A willful type, he seems put off by the title of hero. Al uses a unique style based on the Duelist class, taking on opponents with dauntless courage and explosive firepower. Look, bud, I love the Ares dearly, but it's a temperamental beast. For one, its all plating is custom made, so it can't equip other armor or weapons. And as you're aware, no one can pilot it but me. Still, if you can work around that, he'll pull his own weight and then some. People have been dressing up like Al to celebrate the hero's return. Some say you can even buy his outfit in shops now? Well, people really do love Al a lot. So why don't you dress up as him as well? Come on, I'll race you to the shop. Alright, nothing else looks like it opened up on the map yet. Yeah, depending on if it actually does spawn in side quests or not. At this point, I'm not sure, because this is all new territory for me. Okay, it's the flight jacket is what it's called. Alright, let's get Al situated. Lau's custom sniper rifle. Hmm. Unless it would just give it to him after Lau went missing, which is entirely possible. Golden armor! Okay, never mind. I guess this opened up. I didn't even see that. Okay, so a hero's trial, but then Al can't be in your party. Well, HP, you're up again. Yippee!
Hey, just stopping by. How's it poppin'?
Claim that you are, in fact, terrific. Glowered him with quiet, smoldery envy.
Oh yeah? You could see a storm brewing the moment my mug showed up, huh? I should give you more credit. Guess you're always ready for trouble. Okay, that's enough small talk. I'll get straight to the point. Will you spar with me? The way Princess talks you up as her favorite subject, I want to get the measure of you. I heard you even managed to put down the veto once. Thing is, I'm the kind of guy who needs to see to believe. Listen, the only thing that's gonna decide if you live or die is having friends you can trust to watch your back. I have to know if I can trust you with watching mine. That's what I came here to find out ahead of time. So what'll it be? You gonna step up or chicken out?
Tell him his 10 out of 10. Tell him his ass is grass. Plead with him to go easy on you. Your ass is grass, pal.
Haha! Fighting words! That's what I like to hear. I'll be piloting my Ares, but I'll let you decide the rules of engagement. You can go one-on-one, skell on skell, or you could take me without, if you think you can. I don't mind if you bring your buddies with you either. Team composition's all part of the fun. I've said what I wanted to say. When you're ready, head over to Roof Rock by the East Gate. Ares and me, we can't wait to see what you've got.
Al's asked you to fight him in a mock battle. Head to Roof Rock in Primordia. Yep, and there's the ship. That is a massive ship. I'm curious once. Challenge! Oh yeah, plus you can see the explosions on the map too. Yep, it is too high off the map. I wonder if we can get to this portion. Yeah, we're just underneath it. Yeah, it spans the entire, like, width of Primordia, jeez. Pretty much almost going into Sylvalum at that point. That is a huge ship. Alright, now time to go fight Al.
Slowpoke, what took you?
I was looking at the ship!
As much as I'd like to launch straight in, it's hard to get amped about a battle with no stakes, right? Right, let's do this. If you can win this match, you get to ask one favor of me. It's only fair, since I picked this fight. Call it a bonus. Well, got something in mind?
Say you want the Ares, ask to take the Ares for a spin.
Whoa, whoa, hold the phone now. You're really telling me to hand over Ares? Like ripping a babe from its mother's arms? Just to be clear, you won't be able to pilot him without your real body, you know. You sure you still want this? Damn, you're a real character. Might even give Princess a good run for her money, you know. But I like it. You're hyping this up so much now, it's hard not to get fired up about it. Though, if you really want to take Ares from me, you better believe I'll make you sweat blood for it. I want you to give me all you've got.
Show me what you're all about. Superior decoy round. Shield open fire. Atomic hit. Strike. Offensive stance. Let's do this. See how I stack up the hit. Move it to kill. Tornado blade. Use an aura. Burning slash. Superior decoy round. It's not over yet. We're in a good position. Move in! Burning slash! Furious slap! Shoot down, mother! Burning slash! You really got the blood pumping! Target in sight! Never floated!
Melee attack!
Put some power into this guy!
Come on!
Take flight! Imperial rise! We're in a good position! Move in!
One float, end it all!
Ha! So you can walk the walk. Whew. No wonder the princess took a shine to you. Seeing you go toe-to-toe with Ares like that, no one in the Force could do that. I heard you suffer from memory loss. You sure you weren't one of the elite? Not that it matters. Safe to say, you proved it. You're a fitting addition to the heroic pantheon. To be totally honest, forget watching my back. I'm tempted to hand Ares to you right now. Unlucky, though. You fell just short of the mark, by a whisker.
What the frick?
Now chill out. I'm not breaking my promise, okay? I'm just crossing my T's here. Listen, if you want to pilot Ares, there's something even more important than a real body. Can you guess?
Say you need the makings of a hero, say you need overwhelming power, you need mad scale flying skills.
Wrong. Nice try, but it's not what really counts. It's the heart. The will to live on through it all. The urge. What it is love. Have you got it in you to love? And I'm not talking marriage vows here. To love all of creation. To embrace the world and all its parts fully. Until you're ready to do that, I can't hand Ares over to you. Hey, don't feel bad. You show promise, and that's worth a lot. Someday it'll fall into place for you too. What I say goes, period. For the record, I'm not just blowing smoke. I've got my serious hat on here. You've managed to win me over. Now prove it to me. Show me it wasn't for nothing. Okay, future hero?
You won the mock battle and proved to Al that you can indeed hold your own when it really matters. You learn Howling Soul. Alright, then we got his next affinity, which we have to do Act 2 first, and then we have to be at Affinity 1 with him. Alright, with everything done, on to Act 2. Complete a Challenger Approaches Affinity mission. The second Project Exodus.
We got a basic plan drawn up. Meet me in command.
Roger. Let's move.
Ever since Void turned up, we've been witnessing ganglion remnants stirring back to life, all across Mira.
They're as vulnerable as us, what with the DMAT events and ghosts. But they've also got a new objective that'll have lit a fire under them.
Objective? Oh, Void's floating continent.
Volataris is a special place. Those who heard Void's call have begun some holy pilgrimage there, for the promise of a new world under their creator's leadership. They may be fragmented at best, and little more than a minor nuisance, but these recent events have granted them new purpose.
You'd think they'd want to regroup quietly. Instead, they're out there raising hell.
I'm glad they've kicked the blues, but throwing an all-you-can-loot and plunder buffet? That part I don't love.
Remember, they were a coalition. Their mission to eradicate Samar's descendants, including us. Tiger cannot so easily change its stripes.
The fight for survival, it never ends, huh?
We've come a long way indeed. This place, it is our second home. We've overcome the odds, made it a safe haven. DMAT events, ghosts, ganglion. We must remain firm against these ever-present threats. In addition, we must reclaim the cores Void stole. Prepare to leave for a new world. Bluntly, the only choice left for us now is to run.
In other words, we're talking about a second Project Exodus.
Just when we've beaten that damn Luxar. We just can't seem to catch a break, can we?
No kidding. Just when I was starting to put down some roots here.
Say you don't want to leave either, say it is what it is. Man, this sucks!
A truly gut-rending thought.
Oh yeah, it sucks for the Nopon and L because they grew up here.
However,
man, like, so for them, they're actually
face
losing
the
their
facts.
homes right now.
The dematerialization phenomenon is spreading, and eventually it will engulf the planet in its entirety. This truth is unequivocal. And this time, it's not just humanity's future that's at stake. Our aim now is to evacuate all races that live on Mira.
Every single one?
Of course. All those that would be amenable to our proposal. Regrettably, any life forms we cannot communicate with will not be considered.
That's quite, how should we say, egoistic, no?
Protest humanity cannot discriminate, agree that it's unavoidable.
I understand how you feel.
I didn't propose it lightly. But frankly, it's just not feasible to do otherwise. Some species are dangerous, some others simply too violent. With the time we have and the available personnel, finding a way to save them all is impossible.
Okay, but even narrowing it down just to the sentient races, will that work?
Good point. If our only choice is to build a lifeboat, making something big enough, it's gonna take some time.
We've agreed on a cooperative partnership with the Manon to obtain a ship.
We're going to use the Manon ship, the one over NLA.
You betcha. Eyeballing it, it should have the capacity. Enough to carry all evacuees. Of course, it'll need a fair bit of retrofitting. We'll need to incorporate the Ares jump drive and the Lifehold Core's protoplasmic fluid system. But if we work together, we should make it before the Reaper comes a knocking.
Why, that's feeding 3 cooks with 1 stove.
Right, so that part we've got tied up with a bow.
We've already contacted all known Xeno communities. They should be apprised of the plan. Sadly, some of them did respond they're planning to go down with the planet, but most are currently in the process of relocating to NLA.
Then we've got no time to lose.
Right.
As of now, all active Blade personnel are ordered to give this plan the highest degree of priority.
Broadly, we have 2 objectives. Helping to construct the escape vessel and supporting those who want to come to NLA. It's all hands on deck. We may require troops to take assignments across division lines. Be ready for anything.
Roger.
Recap. We may get assigned stuff outside of our official divisions, right?
Right. First off, we should head back to the barracks. Make sure we're prepared for anything.
'Kay.
Act 2. The plan to relocate all races on Mira to NLA is on. Blades are to help with building the escape vessel and to assist all those who are willing to join you.
Where's the fire?
Here's the deal, right? You know how we're helping wire in the Ares jump drive system, don't you?
Yes, so we've heard.
But actually, we're not really experts on this skill in Ares stuff, are we? So we went and asked that fandom guy, and he said you guys are the usual go-tos around here.
I see. Let me guess. You'd like us to go to the hangar and advise your scientists?
You got it!
We'll go now.
Wow, thank you. You guys are just the pizza toppings.
Al's like, what the heck did I miss? Al, you missed so much. Like, these Manon, they love pizza. And there was this weird guy named Alex, and so much other crap. Oh my gosh, Al. So much crap happened. There was a weird cult, actually multiple weird cults. I've run into a lot of alien races. I witnessed a marriage, a lot of deaths, some births. I've witnessed all of it. I had a weird Rothian rival for 5 weeks. Oh yeah, and then there was a weird serial killer who had a thing for lobsters. And justice.
Nice of you all to drop by. How's it poppin'?
Friend Al really loves saying that.
His idea of a gag. Don't get too hung up on it.
That's right. Someone asks how it's poppin', you say?
Terrible, of course. Yourself?
Better than you, meaning terrific.
Tatsu mystified.
It is as we have been told. It takes two minds to tango.
Hey, Al. Ask me.
Hey, Gwen.
Gwen's like, me next, me next.
Naturally terrible. And how about you?
Not awful enough for you to be worrying about.
But huh?
You haven't changed a bit. Say, you've been out of this world. Got any words of wisdom for us from the great beyond?
It's not that kind of highfalutin place. More than anything, it was dull, like a cheap roadside motel.
Please, we would love to hear your choice morsels.
Me too. Color me curious.
Way to gang up on me. I'm warning you, it's a slog.
Fill Al with an unblinking, pleading stare, replied that you will be the judge of that. Please!
You're gonna fall asleep, I know it.
You're talking to the cleric of all time, tell
Fine.
me.
But you're buying the round. Bunch of busybodies.
Yippee! And pizza!
So, before the white whale crashed, a bunch
Definitely
of ghosts
feels
got
like
me
it.
cornered. I was cut off. Just as my goose seemed cooked, something opened up in front of me. And also, I felt this huge pull at the same time. My body inside the Ares. We were being sucked right in through the opening. Beyond that was a sight to behold. If space could have edges, that was a place where you could see them all. Thinking about it now, and to get a little technical, it was a nexus of parallel universes. It was like the backstage of space, the border town of all universes. You might call it
Whoa, holy shit!
Light years beyond the realm of human science. But strangely, most
Yep,
of the Ares
just proving
features
that
kept
it's straight up
functioning as normal.
canonical that these are different universes.
Sure, the sensor suite adapted for human tech kept throwing errors. But the main transceiver never stopped logging huge quantities of some kind of data. And you might think I dreamed all this up, but somehow I could understand what that data was. Not logically, intuitively. You ready? Well, what came flooding into me in the Ares was the consciousness of all living things across all universes. Instinctively, I stopped myself from trying to perceive them one by one. The human brain isn't built to handle something like that. I could tell in an instant. I think I got that one from an old sci-fi flick, but I'd say it was the right call. Now, The Ares was a step ahead of me. It sifted through that huge torrent of data, presented me with the information I most wanted in that moment. How to escape the world of the Rift and get back to this one. The Ares was kind of.
This is basically him stuck in like a dimension where he can see all known universes.
It's thanks to its help that I came back at all. Well, the universe Earth was a part of was destroyed. This one with Mira is a completely different one. So maybe back is the wrong word.
Sounds like quite the trip. So that's your plan for us to leave this universe? You're proposing we use the Ares to make our escape?
Well, more or less.
But?
I don't really understand exactly how I got here. One slip up and I'd be washed away in that stream. I might never have been able to escape it. That world. It's a mind prison.
A prison?
Void Seat. I think he was held there. His consciousness, at least. You told me about the Vita, how it was a vessel to facilitate Void's coming. I guess what it did was channel his soul in some shape or form, freeing him of his shackles.
What does that mean, though?
Now, hold on a sec. That's like how our MIMs work.
No way.
All the loose threads seem to be coming together.
Perhaps Void escaped from his cell by tracking the Ares as it left the rift between worlds. It would explain the impeccable timing. And here's the kicker. The thing that's in the Vita, it's not just his mind, it's his body, too.
When the Ares first appeared in this world, it was shortly before we encountered you, right? Then the Ghost's appearance and the DMAT events. It's possible that it caused both of them to manifest.
Wait. I see you trying to connect all the dots. Don't you think you're jumping the gun?
Maybe. But when Void showed up and attacked my world to claim the Ares, think about it. That was exactly when the Ghosts appeared.
Huh. What are we thinking then? Cause and effect, or... Void said he brought worlds into concord. Ah. I feel like I'm starting to get the picture here.
Must be urgent.
Yeah. We need you in Oblivia. Hoping you can track down a man-on engineer.
Roger. Let's hear the details.
Here you go. The guy is in charge of the jump drive design. Apparently, he had a part in mind for the Crux, but it was sitting in a Ganglion stronghold, so we had to get it.
That's a bold move, Commander.
What can I say? These are desperate times, so... We did assign an escort, but then Ganglion found him and we lost contact.
Understood. That's enough to go on. We'll head for Oblivia ASAP.
Good hunting.
Let's move.
there's the floating Dorito! And even more riffs.
I'd say we're in the right place, huh?
Only
He's a
gangly
gimme.
bodies, though.
Seems like our engineer might still be alive.
Yeah. Let's confirm.
Who goes there?
Hey, Gabuid's here!
It's you.
You again. I see. Looking for your friends, are you?
Do you know where they are? What happened here?
The people of Roth have accepted your exit strategy. We decided to send our younglings to NLA first. We were passing through here en route, where we encountered and assisted human troops in combat with the Ganglion. We were able to claim victory, albeit at a price. I'm transporting our wounded.
Now I see. We thank you.
There is no need. Your friends are safe with us, undergoing treatment at our stronghold.
Ms. Bleed, did you see a man-on in the soldiers' company?
I have not seen any, no. But there were other units. Maybe they escorted them.
Could we accompany you now, on the way to your stronghold?
Yes, you may.
What's going on?
So I hate to bring up the lovin', but we're gonna shoot you now.
Looks like a job half done.
You die! Die like beasts!
Let us handle these ones. You have wounded. Get them somewhere safe.
I hear. All yours.
Looks like they're on our case.
Use melee attack!
Sparks gonna fly.
That's how you're made. You can do it.
Whoa!
Need a boost?
Come on.
Need a boost?
You're in my sight. Come on.
Quadra flail!
Come on.
Step in and drive them back.
Gotcha!
Now get in there!
Weaklings!
Try this on.
Now, my turn.
Got one down. Keep up the assault.
Now we fight!
Now, my turn.
Need a boost?
Elma, let's get to the Rothian stronghold.
Right.
Okay, I see why now why that's required for doing Chapter 13, because you basically have to ally yourselves with the Rothians, and so now it's a plot-required part of the story.
We were sure that was the end for us, weren't we?
Tatsu breathed sigh of relief. Thanks to Kitty Cat friends.
You said it, pal. If you hadn't turned up when you did, we'd be pushing up daisies by now. Thanks. We all inhabit this world together.
He's like,
The
Tatsu,
feeling
do it
is
from time to
mutual.
time.
We got shot up. And we didn't even get the thing we needed.
Relax, alright? We'll find it at the next location. Third time's the charm, no?
Yeah, well, starting to doubt that.
Just stay positive, okay?
A moment ago, you were on the brink of death. Yours is a mercurial people.
We survived, so it's all good, yes? On to the next one.
Jeez.
Thank you once again. We owe you for saving their lives.
My prince has ordered us to aid humans, and so we have.
Prince, my deepest thanks for rescuing our friends. We're in your debt.
No need. We are allies. But still, Void's appearance here fills me with unease.
You know something about Void?
Vita. It serves to sustain Void as his material vessel. Consider the battle for Earth. There, from his Vita, did he command the Ganglion.
However, in the chaos after Earth's destruction, his consciousness departed the machine, leaving it a shell, to be pulled in by Mira and crash to her surface, as did you.
Al, what you said earlier.
Yeah. As I suspected, he'd only linked his mind to the Vita, while his body stayed in the rift. Seems to track.
Mission accomplished. Come on, let's get back to NLA.
All these races working together? Mira really is a welcoming kind of place. Just like Lao said.
Lao said that?
Al, what? When did you see Lao? How?
It was when I was drifting inside the rift.
But that's...
You ever heard of Nirvana? Some religions have the concept, and that space might just be it. As I was floating along, guided by the Ares, while I was looking for a way into this universe, I made a little layover in an eerie kind of place. Fancy seeing you here.
Al?
How long has it been? I don't think we ever spoke after I left Team Princess.
I thought you died defending the White Whale, back before it grounded on Mira.
Well, you know, if this is the afterlife, maybe I did. So, how about yourself? Are you dead?
Yeah.
Figured.
I betrayed our friends. I sold intel to the enemy to get back at those who got my family killed. Well, really, I had just given up. It wasn't about grief or retribution. Plain despair tipped me over the edge. It wasn't the right thing to do. And I knew it. I knew. And I did it anyway.
Now you're just sulking, pal. A guy as good as you?
Just don't. What Lynn said. She said, it's what makes us human. Corrupt and disgusting. That's what humans are. She's a good kid. Always trying to put herself in my shoes. I could never atone enough for making a child like her wade into that muck. My hopelessness, it wound up infecting her as well.
And that's why you accepted death? Decided to just give up and wait for it?
Yeah, soon. I'll see Charmaine and Chenchi.
I get this might be what you want, but not me. So what if this place is the afterlife? I'm itching for more living. People still need me. Humanity still needs me. I've got unfinished business, and until I finish it, I can't rest.
That's right. That's you to a T. Not me, though. Scram now. You know the way, right?
Yep. We got the best guide around.
The world I came from. It's a welcoming kind of place. Everyone's ready for your big return.
I sure hope so.
If you make it, pass a message to Lynn. Humans are disgusting. Stubborn and treat others cruelly. But if she realized this, it means she's anything but. Tell her to live.
Lau. I'm not what you think I am.
No more fighting, Lau.
No, Elma, not like this!
Step aside, Lynn.
We're all on the same side here! Even then, when I stood up for you, honestly, it was just so I wouldn't have to be sad again. I never could figure him out. It was all so childish. I was acting so immature about everything. But back then, you stood up to defend Lau, just the same way that I did. If you hadn't done that, maybe I wouldn't have stuck it out and run away instead. I would have stayed a child to the very end.
Yes. And if you hadn't stood in my line of fire that day, we would have all been as disgusting as he thought. Your actions are what saved us from that hollow despair.
You don't need pretty excuses here. It's all part of life. You gotta take the good with the bad. Anyway, he told you to live. End of message.
Yeah.
What was that? What's going on over there?
Elma, wasn't that?
Yes. The leader of the escort from before.
Didn't they say they were going to Lakeview Stronghold in Noctilum?
Then we go too.
Yeah. Hope we're not too late.
We better get our butts over there. I was gonna say, I'm just like, lots of food for thought, and then just, oh shoot, people are dying, run. Oh, it's the Vita. Bring it, Void!
The whole team's dead. And look!
Piece of...
Why? What are you doing this for? You want to leave this world too, right? There's no need to be doing any of this!
I wish to know death.
Huh?
Death, is it?
The fear of death is a powerful motivation in creatures like you. Yea, stronger even than your lust for life. I wish to understand this.
And that's why the slaughter?
You think by killing them yourself, you'll get what it's like to fear death?
What was it you called our fight against you? A contest for survival? That's a contest to defy death. You started a war without knowing that?
The best it will simply cease to be. That is not death. Self-evidently, as I have no conception of it. Ceasing to be is simple non-existence. But death, when you speak of it, is wrapped up in many a complex emotion. That I wish to know.
And then? After that?
I have not considered it. You will find my desires are not rooted in emotion. Actions are all. They occur automatically, driven by inevitability.
But that's... it's nonsense. How is that a reason to kill? Why do this?
Enough. Don't try to understand it, Lynn. He can string all the reasoning he likes. But when you get down to it, this guy is pure evil. Our enemy, nothing less.
But...
Caution against letting Void's words get to her. Quip the violence is the only argument he'll listen to.
Exactly. If we want to argue with him, it'll be with guns.
Right. Lynn, we're here to make sure we don't lose anyone else today. That's our mission.
Understood.
Looks like they're on our case.
One blow, and it all.
Best to approach this.
Nice. Move in and do some damage.
This all.
Offensive stance! Let's do this!
Popped us a body part.
There's so many lasers!
You're up next. Scum!
Enough. There is no more to be gained. Your stubborn fixation on living is inordinate. You are unlikely to teach me what I wish to know.
Shut up!
In any case, you will come to my abode. It is, after all, inevitable. The contest continues. As this world's time draws ever closer.
What a train wreck. That creep really gets me seeing red. Makes me gag.
Let's do a quick head count.
Roger that.
Check on the squad.
What's this?
Looks like the part they were after. They found it.
Looks like it, yeah.
Then we need to get this back to NLA. We can't let their sacrifice be in vain.
Yeah.
Thanks very much. It's a real shame our friend didn't make it, but at least the mission's complete, right? Credit where it's due, you know.
Void. That goddamned rat.
Commander, we'll get him. We'll win his little game. We must.
Lynn.
Damn straight. These lives won't go to waste.
Not to rain on your parade here, but how are we doing with the Ares?
We're making good progress thanks to you, aren't we? We have some news, so would you mind stopping by the restricted hangar after this?
Sure thing, we'll be there.
It wasn't easy, but the mission was a success. Good job.
Head to the restricted hangar.
Hey there, how's it poppin'?
Terrible, right? How about you?
Oh no, he's rubbing
Better than
off
you,
on them.
Meaning terrific.
That's great, isn't it?
Look at him. He's really found his footing here, hasn't he?
Once you really get to know him, most get on with him like a house on fire.
Hey, how's it poppin'?
Tatsu terrible, clearly.
Oh no, not Tatsu
Even worse than you, I bet.
But that's not the correct follow-up.
I like to mix it up, keep you on your toes.
He's a gotcha.
Flip script.
Elma, this vegetable come with a volume knob?
Leave it. You had some news?
The answer is no, Al. The answer
Well,
is no.
I heard the Ares was recreated on your planet. But how much do you actually know about it?
You're correct about it being recreated. Here's the truth. We excavated an ultra-ancient frame and fitted it with auxiliary power and plating. It might be more precise to say we jury-rigged it to run.
So you've got nothing to say regarding the cores then, I take it?
If I did, don't you think I would have told you when I first got to Earth?
Yeah, you got me there.
Vexing, isn't it?
The Ares cores. I learned they're based on a device that existed eons ago.
A device?
A space-time bender. It moves things into different universes and all that. A meta doohickey. It's a common trope in the old movies, right?
Yeah, except real.
The energy that the Ares could deploy thanks to the cores was in a league of its own. According to simulations, you put the pedal to the metal, space bends like a straw.
I see.
If that's true, what chance do we have of beating Void?
Urge to take the initiative and strike now. Declare that time is still on your side.
How do you know?
The fact is, he took the time to come and taunt us. It means he's still getting ready. Well, even supposing he's through the prep phase, he can't just rock it off.
What do you mean?
For all his rambling and raving, if the cores were enough, he could have left by now, brought the world into concord, or whatever his tagline was. But cores alone won't cut it. We figured it out while analyzing the Skell. When I was transported inside the rift along with the Ares, machine and mind got melded together. We became inseparable. I won't pretend to understand, but it wouldn't have been possible for a living human to hold onto their self there otherwise. So, without me and the Ares, the cores won't be able to deploy their full power.
Melted with the Ares. I think I get it. Not in the physical sense of being one thing, but like an engine running under the hood?
Damn, you're sharp, Lynn. But the analysis didn't stop there. Better hold on to your seats. While inside the rift, I saw where the rivers of consciousness converge. Something like the crossroads between universes. Even if we get the Ares and cores running, if we can't sync ourselves to that, we won't be going anywhere.
We found Loki!
Is it a question of timing, then?
Put simply, yes. And here's another nugget spun off from the Ares analysis of the rift. The streams of consciousness converging on that universal nexus. Structurally, they're extremely similar to the Lifehold core.
They're what?
Remember what we were talking about before? How Void projecting his mind into the Vita is a lot like the way humans survive inside MIMS. Even with the Lifehold trashed, your consciousness is still being stored somewhere. Not by technology, by some much larger universal mechanism.
But that's crazy.
This universal mechanism, what is it?
Dunno. It's just that when I was there, I felt it. You guys. People's lives. It was strange, like I was enveloped by this constant something.
And the Ares can tap into that? This, like, gathering place of minds?
More like souls, even.
Call it what you like. If we make it out of this universe alive, you'll get to experience it yourselves. Anyhow, in order to pull off our great escape, we'll need those 6 cores. We'll need me, the Ares, and some miraculous timing. That's how we sink to the Nexus, or die trying. In matter of fact, Void's no fool. He'll have cottoned on by now.
But if that's the case, why hasn't he attacked NLA yet?
If he did, he might end up killing Al. He won't want to risk destroying the Ares either. Still, once he gets his ducks in a row, I expect he probably will try something.
Okay, so what's our game plan? What do you think, Rook? You better knock this one out of the park.
Insist on a preemptive strike. Tell Al you'll be done and back in time for lunch.
5-star answer. I knew I saw something in you. Of me. Hey, how's it poppin'?
Terrible. How about you?
Better than you, in other words, terrific.
It's rubbing off on everyone.
You hear that? Rook's answer?
Yes, and you seem pleased.
Yeah.
Although, why did you want someone else to make the call?
If I get taken out, I want to know there's someone I can trust with mankind's future. And the Rook seems well suited.
That isn't like you.
That's what we need right now. Someone who loves this world. The world and its people, warts and all. I need someone to take over my duty.
Wow, so it all comes full circle of Cross being off and doing their own adventures and bringing all the races of Mira to the city. I'm like, wow, that was all connected to what happens later. Jeez.
For your safety.
Look after the refugees. I'll protect the ship from outside.
Just look at their numbers. You can't shift the balance, not with a single Ares.
Yeah, well, you never know until you try.
Al.
I'll cut through their ranks, make you an opening. I'll protect you to the last. People of Earth. Not snuffed out here!
You're right. Those eyes, they're just like yours back then.
The jump drive is still in the experimental phase, but otherwise, the White Whale 2 is ready. We'll be unveiling it shortly if you'd care to step outside.
We'd be thrilled. Shall we check it out then?
Yeah, I can't wait!
Tatsu bristling with thrill.
Back to the tower! Wow, holy shoot. Yep, and they got the Lifehold core on there.
Thanks to all your efforts, we now have a ship capable of withstanding even the longest voyage. Preliminary tests of the jump drive are showing promising results. All that's left is to support those who have not yet relocated to NLA, and to guide our current residents through the necessary procedures.
If the ghosts or ganglion make a move, or further dematerialization occurs, we have the ability to launch
Only
the
one
White
way to
Whale
find
2,
out.
even before all residents have boarded. Naturally, we'll keep you apprised. We may be forced to make a snap decision. So do be advised.
Once everyone's safely on board, it'll be time to go on the offensive.
Yeah, it'll be all-out war. Any more vessels to escort, and we wouldn't have a snowball's chance of guarding them all.
But this way, there's a single point of failure.
Either way, if we lose the Ares, we'll be dead in the water.
Going all in? I say bring it on.
Changing the topic, where will we be going to?
How are we supposed to know that?
Ideally, a new universe. But we could also end up stranded inside the rift for the rest of time.
Shoot!
May, it seems we will be left as happy as a pig in a blanket.
Scared yet?
Smile and tell him you follow him to the end of the world. Admit to being terrified. Let's do this!
Very heartfelt. Love you too.
Will I get my magic back if we do this?
Not to ruin the moment.
Maybe. Come on, give me my magic back
Have a
already.
request concerning a friend. They've not made it to NLA yet. Mind getting the full lowdown?
Of course. Right away.
Thanks. She should be by the cathedral in the residential district.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's definitely a welcome addition to the group.
Sorry, I know you're busy. Here's the thing, there's a friend I've met in the course of work, and she's not here yet. Any chance you could go look for her?
That's a little worrying for sure.
Right? I'd love to go myself if I could. But my team's ushering people onto the lifeboat, so I'm kinda tied up.
Understood. We're on it. Any idea where we should start?
Thanks very much. Her usual residence is in Sylvalum, at the Delusion's North Summit.
It's Sylvalum! Slap. I thought it was Sylvalum this whole time! Why didn't anyone tell me?
Not sure if it's the friend, but someone was here recently.
Seems so. Except nobody's here now.
Maybe she already pack up and leave?
Say you probably missed her for leaving for NLA and says she's still around here somewhere.
Could be. If she'd already left, I'd expect to see signs of hurried packing, and I don't.
True. And she evidently didn't extinguish the campfire.
That'd mean she was here until very recently.
Yes, that's my guess.
You don't think she went to fetch water or something?
That was close by.
Let's go.
Oh, we're fighting another ghost. It's a stronger ghost. Never mind, we killed the ghost.
Are you okay?
Yes, quite fine.
Let us handle things here. You run.
Not have to tell twice.
Tatsu's like, I'm also out of here.
Like
Ghost Crusader.
Use melee attacks.
Let's get hunt.
Now it's my turn.
Bingo. Now pile on the freckles.
You're in my sight.
Now get in there. Asura cannon.
Haha! Friend is terrifying.
You didn't even lift a finger.
Not sure if that was the hut's owner, but shall we head back?
Let's do that.
Oh, Momo.
Thank friends for earlier. Name is Omomo.
Hello, I'm Lynn. You're not hurt, are you?
Not even scratch.
Omomo, I'm Elma. We wanted to ask, do you know a woman by the name of Kylie?
Kylie? Of course Omomo knows. Kylie is best friend.
Best friend? You two are that close?
Exactly so. Before, one time Omomo was picking veggies and was attacked by wild critters like today. Omomo wanted to flee, but Omomo no longer sprightly like used to be. So Omomo trip on face and take bad tumble instead of flee. Just as life flashed before eyes, friend Kylie suddenly show up and bash whole pack of critters squarely on heads. She carry Omomo back to hut and even apply dressings to wounds of Omomo. And since then, periodically visit here to check up on Omomo's well-being.
Wow, all that. She's very kind.
Heart of Kylie is soft like dough. Every time she visits, she never failed to bring along lovely foodstuffs and other gifts. That's why Omomo also do her best to repay kindness with plenty of home-cooked snacks.
Tatsu could go for home-cooked snack also.
Tatsu's like, gimme, gimme.
Is friend Kylie doing well?
Yeah, she's peachy. As a matter of fact, she's the one that asked us to come here.
Oh! Kylie is one who speak to friends?
Yes.
Omomo see. Omomo has been burden on Kylie, and also big burden on friends. Omomo very sorry.
No trouble whatsoever. It is our job, after all. In fact, since we're already here, you can come with us to NLA.
Omomo will be staying right here. Apologies that friends had to come all this way. Sorry for hassle.
Huh? But why?
hubby pawn of Omomo rest peacefully here. That why Omomo also wish here to remain.
But this planet's gonna disappear.
Omomo know that. However, hubby pawn always got lonely very easily. That why Omomo cannot leave hubby pawn here alone. Omomo could never.
I get that, but still. Surely your husband wouldn't want you to die here for him.
That may be true, yes. Even so, Omomo not asking friends to understand.
And how do you think Kylie will feel about this? Isn't she your best friend?
Meme.
Omomo, I can empathize with you about wanting to stay with your loved one. It's just, are you sure that's the only reason?
May?
There's something else, isn't there?
Omomo not wish to be burdened to anyone.
A burden?
That right. To family, to Little Pawn, who have lots of Little Pawn also. By now, they are safely in New LA.
Really? Then you should join them.
Omomo already Granny Pawn. Often struggled to keep up with shenanigans. When that happened, without fail everyone fussed and tried to help out. But making new life in new environment take lots of effort and time. Incredible hassle. Besides, Omomo is so tired. And honestly, would hate to take away time and effort from every pawn.
That's what you call being a burden?
Precisely. Omomo receive enough kindness already. Yes, ready to meet own end here by side of hubby pawn peacefully. That way, Little Pawn also then, surely happy.
Surely they'd be happier if you were with them. There's no reason for you not to impose on them. Please, you can't just give up on living like this. If you stay alive, you can support your family. That's the real way to happiness.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Say everyone should get to decide for themselves, suggest bringing her back anyway.
Indeed. Lynn, let her be. It's her choice to stay behind. We can't force her. Besides, it may seem cold, but there are others out there who want to come to NLA. They need our help. We're better used elsewhere. Omomo, you've made your feelings clear. Please, don't worry about your family. I promise you, we'll get them safely to a new world.
Omomo count on friends. And very sorry for making friends sad.
No. I'm sorry for speaking out of turn. I didn't consider your feelings.
Friend did nothing of the sort. Omomo was happy that friend cared enough to speak mind. Very lovely.
Omomo, if you change your mind, contact us anytime.
Thank you very much. Omomo will not forget words of friend.
Well, let's get the news back to Kylie.
Elma, was this the right answer?
I don't think there was one. One thing's certain. We must move forward, whatever the outcome. And that's it.
Alright, back to the city. Yeah, I know, just like, it just brings up the whole dilemma of like, yeah, the Nopon and L are native to this planet. Not all of them are necessarily gonna want to leave. It's not like everyone else who was like forcibly taken here or chose to come here at some point. Wow, they even show the differences in how the ship looks on the map. That's cool. Cool! Kylie! No.
Kylie, what's that you're up to there?
Oh, hi. Perfect timing. I was just about to head out to meet Omomo.
Huh? Meet a Momo?
Yeah. I just had a message from her asking for help with her luggage. She says she can't carry it alone.
But didn't she...
Oh, she told me everything. I know she'd been planning on staying here.
Right, she was. I thought I knew better than she did.
Well, she said she'd done some thinking about what you told her. Like, she'd fallen into this mistaken feeling that she had to rely on others. And she felt that she was running away from her own responsibilities.
Poor thing.
Guys, I'm sorry.
What's gotten into you?
We'll see. I had a hunch that Omomo might not want to come. But it's like every time we met, she always seemed to act so zen. I never managed to ask.
Instead, you wanted us to.
Yeah.
And in the end, Lynn managed to get through to her.
Hey, enough of that.
Good job, Lynn.
No, it really is all thanks to you, Lynn. If it was me, I'd have just listened to her talk. I wouldn't have been able to speak my mind. But this, it's taught me something. How important it is to say what you're feeling, what it achieves. Thank you for that.
Kylie, please, you're making me self-conscious.
Lindley is modern-day saint!
Tatsu!
Is he wrong, though?
Go on now. Don't keep Omomo waiting.
Right, you are. Everyone, thanks so very much, again.
Lynn, happy now?
Yeah. Hey, Al. How's it poppin'?
Obviously terrible. And yourself?
I wouldn't say terrific exactly, but not awful.
Well, that's great to hear.
I just couldn't figure it out. How the Ares could keep running, just as normal, even though all its
So, I mean,
cores
I
got
imagine
torn
it
right
has
out.
to be a coincidence, like it has
But
to
it's
be,
because
but let's
of
just
you,
say
isn't it?
between the name
Don't want to dwell
and
on it,
what
but
this guy looks like, he kind of reminds me
looking
of
at
what
you,
Alpharad
I
kind
get
of
the
looks like
feeling we're
right
a
now.
step closer to solving the great mystery.
This whole time I'm just like, did they just put Alpharad in the game?
Huh.
I think
God, I'm not gonna
the
unsee
spirit
it.
isn't something one human body can contain. And it's not part of the consciousness packaged inside a mimeosome either. Other people can reflect someone's way of thinking, even their way of being. Which means that a person's spirit can exist in every other person whose life they touch. That's how I see it now.
No such thing as a soul that exists in isolation, huh?
It's like that with you. Your spirit lives inside everyone who thinks of you as the hero. And my spirit? It exists in everyone who's been kind enough to make the effort to get to know me. And so, the spirit of Lao, who held on to his memories of me until his very end, it has to be within me too. If you never came back, I might never have realized.
That's not true, Lynn. You knew it all along.
Huh?
You feel other spirits, just the same way that you do your own. That's all it took, no more. For you to become Lao's final hope. Be proud. Okay, who we searching for next?
I'll tell you. There's a Blade who departed NLA and hasn't come back in yet. I want you to go pick him up.
You say pick up, so you know where he is.
Yep. Eric, clue these guys in.
Roger that. I'm Eric, curator and captain of the eponymous Team Eric. I'm a bit embarrassed to admit, but it's my subordinate Ted who needs help.
Oh my gosh, it's Hanneman!
Ted is having some trouble accepting
Oh
the
gosh,
Exodus
it's Hanneman!
He said he wasn't going anywhere, then flew off in a huff.
We feared this might happen.
First we left Earth, now we're leaving Mira. You won't be the only one with internal struggles right now.
Yeah, I'm sure. To be perfectly honest, I'm wrestling with it too.
Call it a selfish thing to do, admit to having doubts as well.
But cannot just carry on in quiet.
Believe me, I've been there too. We're curators. In our line of work, generally, we handle a lot of animals and plants. You start to have a lot of sympathy for the natural world.
I see. Flora and fauna are not part of the Exodus plan.
Right.
It's a thorny one.
Well, the first step's to meet the man and hear him out.
Agreed.
He'll be at the Canopied Nightwood in Noctilum. It was the location of our first mission.
Noted.
I appreciate it.
Search for Ted at the Canopied Nightwood in Noctilum. Alright, I'm just gonna check something really quick. Alright, so looks like there's about 20 minutes left of Act 2, and this is broken up into 3 acts. And Act 3 is about 2 hours, so I definitely say that's enough for at least one more session then, so I'll probably leave it as a part 1 of 2 then of Chapter 13. So yeah, we're only halfway done then. Then might as well save it for another session. With that being said, I may do a 3rd session of this week just to wrap up the story. And then we'll just start up Final Fantasy VI next week. And then we'll just do Mario and Luigi on Thursday. So I think that'll be the revised plan just to get through Chapter 13, because I need to know what happens. Well, I was gonna say, like, I'd rather go one more day without spoilers as opposed to, like, having to wait another week. Because it's only a matter of time until the rest of it gets spoiled. I'm honestly surprised no one spoiled that amount of stuff, because that was a lot. Alright, so then we'll pick that up again tomorrow, and then we will do Mario and Luigi on Thursday. So let's go find a raid target. Let's go raid Juker. Alright, cool. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.